Testing 1, 2.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Could you hear him clearly? Those headphones. These ones? These are mine. I switched them out. Okay. Yeah, it was just quiet on these. Mine was loud, his was quiet. Hello. Testing.
live from the Verizon Wireless Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. Today, it's NHIAA Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network. Your two teams today, the number 1 seed, Berlin Mountaineers, take on the number 2 seed, John Stark Hopkinton Generals. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast. Greg Glynn and Cody Provost with you here today on the NHIAA Network. We're ready to go. It is going to be a very important matchup for both of these two teams in the championship game, and they will look to their coaches to lead them today. The head coach of Berlin with a record of 20-0 is Mike Poulin. The head coach of John Stark Hopkinton is Dennis Colmanen. We're just about set to go here for the Division III championship game. It will be the John Stark Hopkinton Generals in their blue uniforms, white numbers, and it will be the home team, Berlin Mountaineers. They've got plenty of fans here today. They'll be in their home white sweaters with the red numbers. They'll move from right to left.
Yeah, Greg, for Berlin, you got to watch out for Connor Jewett. He is the state record for goals in a season, 88 points total. He's just going off this year.
He also is, of course, leading the league with goals. He is a phenomenal player. That will be one of the things that certainly people are going to be focused on today is his play, and should be a very entertaining game here today at the Verizon Wireless Arena. We're set to go. Glad you could join us. Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship game. Good crowd on hand here as we continue with our games today. This is the Division III game. We'll have Division II coming up at 2:30 and Division I, a good one, coming up later today at 4:30. We're underway here in the D3 game, and off the draw, it's controlled by the Generals, but flipped out of play. We'll get a whistle just 8 seconds in.
Greg, this game is about history for Berlin and a newer school in John Stark, so it's really Hockey Town, USA, the old saying they used to call Berlin, who won so many championships back in the 70s and previous years.
Well, they're off to a pretty good start here as they continue to put pressure in the offensive zone. Along the left wing, all controlling it is Connor Jewett, who we talked about. Back out to the line, out to the right point where it's Jeff O'Neill. O'Neill lends it over on the left-hand side, shot off the stick. Afoda goes wide, rebound kicks back out in the high slot. Here's a chance now for John Stark Hopkinton. Sent back in, the Generals will get a line change here. 4:18 to go in the first period. We're scoreless from the Verizon Wireless Arena. Up to center left wing side. It's Berlin with it. Along the wall, sent in on the near side by Justin Vane. Vane pushes it to the corner boards. Played back out along the wing. The Generals having trouble getting it out. Circling back behind his own goal is Alex LaJuvenesse as he works it back out to center ice. Puck played on the far side boards. Finally, the puck comes off the wall, squirts into the center ice logo. That is the Manchester Monarchs logo in the American Hockey League. This is their home arena. Back out along the left wing boards, pushed across the red line by the Generals. Still a battle at center ice here. Finally picked up, skated across the blue line by Robbie Ferguson. Ferguson bounces one towards the slot, back out to the line. A drive there off the stick and deflected down on the shot. And it comes loose along the near side wall. Finally back out in front of the John Stark Hopkinton bench. Again, the Generals looking to try and clear, nearly gave it away. Back out along the near side boards is Blanchette. Blanchette couldn't clear.
Robbie Ferguson for the Generals, 145 pounds, and there's a shot by Jewett. He is a lightning quick guy, and he can really dribble that puck.
And here comes on the left-hand side a backhand feed toward the net. Blanchette tried a centering bid. We got our first penalty upcoming here as the puck trickles to the high slot. Along the near side wall, getting it down low. Thought there might be another penalty coming there. Finally, Berlin will touch the puck, and that will lead to a power play here. Our first of the game, it'll go for John Stark Hopkinton Generals. Get the man advantage.
Trevor LeBourne, the 200-pound defenseman.
You can see his stick work there causing the penalty. So with 12:42 to go here in the first period, we're going to see the first time today the power play for the Generals. Slashing the call, and as a result, just like that, the Generals on the power play. Generals right now able to keep it in, glove down at the blue line. Nice play there along the near side wing by Becca. Generals right now trying to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Their fans are excited here today. Both teams well represented here at the Verizon Wireless Arena. Back over left wing side, cross ice pass off the mark, goes into the corner. This ended up being an icing call, and it will lead to a face-off down in the Generals' end.
Today's games produced by Joe Carpini and DVM Sports. DVM Sports specializes in sports recruitment videos, highlight videos, and action photos. Check them out online at dvmsports.com or call 207-893-0010. We shoot, you score.
Face-off controlled by the Generals and sent back out on the near side boards. Circling back in his own end is Zevros. Zevros cross-ice pass up to center now. Now he'll pick up the loose change at center. Brings it over the line, a drive deflected off the back glass. Works over to the near side wall. 11:37 to go here in the first period. We're scoreless from the Verizon Wireless Arena. Berlin now will try the breakout, lofted to center by Zach Blanchette. Blanchette will try and track it down on the forecheck as the Generals try to come out of their own zone, and we will get an offside call here. Justin Vane a little slow to get to the puck, and it will lead to an offside call. 37 seconds left on the power play for John Stark Hopkinton.
Berlin, last title, 1976. So they've lost that accolade called Hockeytown USA in the last 30 years, where they've yet to win a championship in a long time.
And John Stark, who hasn't won one, just put one in the back of the net and will take a 1-0 lead on the power play. The Generals battling down low, able to finally get the loose rebound that squirted away from the goaltender Shane Mahat. And just like that, they've got a 1-0 lead. So it'll be a power play goal. Great feed in front, and the great finish there by Peter Savitsky, able to get that goal. He's only 5'5", but he's got a huge heart as he picks up that goal and gives the Generals a 1-0 lead.
First shot on goal of the game, and it's a good one.
Great feed, a power play goal for Peter Savitsky. Kyle Colhannon with the assist. And the goal gives the Generals a 1-0 lead. Berlin right now controlling the puck behind the Generals net, out in the high slot. Ends up back at the point. A drive deflected wide on the shot by LeBourne. Here's a 3-on-2 if the Generals can hurry. Up to center, broken up. And then here come the Generals, again forging their way through the neutral zone. And we will get a stoppage in play here, an offside call with 10:07 to go in the first period. Peter Savitsky had only 4 goals during the regular season, 11 points. Didn't have any power play goals, but he picked a good time for his first. And John Stark Hopkinton has a 1-0 lead.
Stepping up here in the state championship, it's a one-game season. We say it all the time, and that's the things you got to do like that.
Now a hand loose, able to send it into the left wing corner. Berlin, the Mountaineers will look to try and now face a bit of adversity, something they haven't seen a lot of this year with their perfect season. 20-0 coming into this one. 9:40 to go in the first period. Physical play in the corner picks up a bit. Backhanded out to the blue line, gloved down and kept in nicely there by Cody Foda. Back in the offensive end, a chance for the Generals. Simon Becca blasts one toward the goal, ends up off the back wall. Player ends up toward the net. That's Callahan Luce, who ends up in the crease. And with 9:26 to go, we'll get a whistle here. And John Stark Hopkinton leading 1-0.
Yeah, John Stark coming out playing with some fire early. I'm really impressed by this team as they lost 8-2 to Berlin earlier in the season.
And, of course, John Stark Hopkinton beating Moulton Borough Interlakes to get here. And also coming up with a win in the semifinal game as they were able to beat Souhegan by the final score of 7-2. Berlin advancing to this championship game in the semifinals with a 5-2 win over Canet. Here's a chance again in front for the Generals, and we get a whistle here as it's finally tied up underneath Shane Mahat, and that will stop play. Good pressure here from the Generals early.
Yeah, Keith Galley had a nice shot to the far corner of the net from the near side and just missed it. The captain, the senior.
Want to remind everyone you can send us your tweets today. We have the hashtag NHHockey for everyone tuning in today, and feel free to send us your tweets. We'll read them live on the air. 8:46 to go here in the first period. John Stark Hopkinton a 1-0 lead over Berlin in the NHIAA Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship game here on the NHIAA Network. Face-off after the icing call comes down off to the right of Shane Mahat, the Berlin goaltender. Off the draw, comes back out to center ice on the stick of the very talented Connor Jewett. In on goal, gets a wrist shot off, saved by the goaltender Connor McDonald, who will be called on a lot today.
Well, he just looks so pretty when he plays. He's just got the perfect shot and right in the corner, but a good save.
Jewett on the draw here as he battles up against Ferguson for the Generals. And cleared back out to the blue line, kept in momentarily. Chancellor on the near side wing, brought back out to center. This is Colmainen with it, right in front of the Berlin bench. Sends it around the wall, comes over to the far side corner. LeBourne with it. LeBourne skates his way to center, over the center ice logo. Lasers one in on goal, stopped there, waffle boarded aside by Connor McDonald. Puck out to the blue line, kept in nicely there at the line by Nathan Trull. Generals come back the other way in transition. Stick handling with it is Luz. Luz loses it, and it goes over the right wing wall. Here's a chance now for Jewett. Fans get excited whenever he's got a chance with the puck. Backhand shot, rebound out in front, cleared away. Back out to the line, a blast, and that one never got toward the net. Rebound comes to Jewett in the corner. Centering feet out in front. Jewett also the captain of this Berlin team. He has certainly got his team headed in the right direction, although they trail 1-0. He has been leading the charge today.
Berlin starting to get some scoring opportunities here, getting a couple of rebounds on the last possession, and I like what I'm seeing out of them.
Here's a chance now for the Generals to get the puck out. Up to center. Played along the far wing by Blanchette for Berlin. Fires it off the kick plate. Back up to center right wing wall. Trevor Lebrecht breaks over the blue line. We're going to get an offside call here. It'll stop play. 7:08 to go in the first. John Stark Hopkinton a 1-0 lead over Berlin here watching NHIAA Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network.
To order DVD or Blu-ray of today's game, visit OnDemandSportingEvents.com. All the games feature the play-by-play action and capture the excitement of Championship Saturday. Plus, you can watch instant replays of all the goals in slow motion. For all the details, visit OnDemandSportingEvents.com.
We're glad you could join us here today. Again, Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship. A lot of action here in the state of New Hampshire today. Earlier today in the Division I girls game, we had Hanover beat Oyster River 3-1, and they are the state champions for the 5th time in the last 6 years. Play continues back behind the Generals' net. Finally emerging with a puck along the right wing board to Scott Olson. Olson to center. Now up to the blue line, and a hip check there sends Garrett Thomas down to the ice. He is in pain, and we will get a whistle here to stop play. 6:19 to go in the first period. And Garrett Thomas is down on the ice. You never like to see that, certainly in these championship games. These players work so hard all season. And Garrett Thomas, who played in 17 games during the regular season, also had 10 goals on the year. He was their 4th leading scorer. and had 16 points on the season as well. So an important part of this Generals offense. Taking a look at the two teams and how they entered the playoffs this year. Berlin, of course, with their perfect record of 18-0. 36 points on the year. They scored 130 goals, just 27 goals against. John Stark Hopkinton, a record of 15-1-1, 31 points on the year. They finished in second place in Division III, and they scored 112 goals. That was, of course, only second to Berlin. They allowed 37 goals on the year.
Yeah, Berlin, a high-powered offense. Not only do they have the leading all-time scorer in the state for a regular season, Connor Jewett, they also have Justin Veen from Berlin. He can really ball, too. He's a good passer, and he's a good shooter.
Justin Veen, who you mentioned, 47 points on the year this year. Also had 22 goals, 25 assists, played in 18 games. But again, as you said, no one stacks up to Connor Jewett, the captain. 18 games, 56 goals, 32 assists, 88 points. Absolutely incredible. 6:09 to go here in the first period. John Stark Hopkinton with a 1-0 lead, looking to pull off the upset today. Chance now on the high slot on a quick shot off the stick of Peter Zawitsky, bidding for goal number 2 today. Over to the far side wall. Up along the wing, trying to clear it out. Here's Mike Lemoyne. Lemoyne trying to work it out. Finally backhands it high into the air and all the way down the length of the ice. This will end up being an icing call.
Greg, those numbers Jewett has don't mean anything today if they don't win this game. Berlin hasn't won a championship in over 30 years, and you're really got to, just because you broke a state record doesn't mean anything. This is your first year in D3. You got to win this game to really go down in the books.
And Connor Jewett will take the face-off here as he battles up against Simon Becca. Jewett able to win the draw into the corner, backhanded along the wing by LeBourne. Ends up back on the stick of Lemoyne, and he'll send it out to center ice. Lobs it down in the left wing corner. Tracking it down along the wing for the Generals is Simon Hunter. Puck still tied up along the half wall. Played to center ice. Generals having trouble with it. It's tied up in a whole bunch of feet there, and finally they are able to get it to center ice. Puck pinballs around a bit and running right over his man is Hunter Gross. Puck comes in the other way. Connor Jewett with a shot there. But wow, what a physical presence as Hunter Goss just absolutely leveled his man at center ice. Watch this. And boy, you can bet Mike Lemoyne is going to wake up tomorrow and feel that one.
Yeah, that's what you got to do if you're the Generals. You know, make them feel your wrath. You lost to them last time. You want to get some revenge, and you also want to win this state championship really bad. I love that physical style of play. Not to mention they just lost one of their players to injury off of a questionable hit.
Here's a chance right in front, and we're going to get net coming off the moorings here. We'll get a whistle, but you take a look at that physical play. You mentioned that you like it. Well, Hunter Goss certainly likes it. It's 6'6", 200 pounds. He is a senior defenseman, and he is showing his leadership laying out the body today. No penalty comes after the net comes off the moorings. Going into the net was Cody Foda, and as a result, face-off off to the left of the Berlin goaltender, Shane Maha. Puck goes back out to center ice. Comes across the blue line, leveled into the right wing corner. On the play there by Keith Galley. Play continues on the right wing wall. Puck flutters off the boards. Still in the neutral zone. Battle for it at center ice. Spun around was Galley. Able to work it in front of the Generals bench. They'll make a line change here. Puck over the far side, stolen away. Entering the zone is O'Neill. He's tied up, and no call-up coming here. Gets back up to his feet. Tries to slide a pass in front to no avail. Now a chance cutting in. Great opportunity here. Ferguson's shot is stopped down by the goaltender Mahat. Penalty upcoming here. It's going to go against Berlin. Another great shot saved by Mahat. Back along the near side boards, and we are going to get another penalty here. It's going to go against Berlin. It's their second in the game. The last time they went to the box, it was a power play goal for the Generals.
3:41 on the clock. Berlin goes down another one. This is big. The momentum's definitely on John Stark's side right now.
And this time it'll be Jeff O'Neill going to the box, a cross-checking call. And as we said, the Generals scored already on a power play. They'll get a chance here again to try and add to their 1-0 lead. 3:30 to go here in the first period.
Pretty even, the shots on goal so far. Just want to let you guys know that DVM Sports, Digital Video Media, changes DVDs, or VHSs rather, to DVDs. Check out their website at digitalvideomagic.com or call 207-893-0010.
Certainly a lot of memories being made today for both of these teams as they compete here in the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship game in the state of New Hampshire on the NHIAA network. Here's a chance now, offensive end, it's Connor Jewett, got stopped, rebound loose, another save, Jewett tries to find the rebound. Wow, that's a huge save for Connor McDonald.
Good presence there by McDonald in the goal.
That has got to give his team a lot of confidence to stop a guy like Jewett, who has all kinds of moves in his arsenal. Here he comes again out of the corner. Stick handles, throws one in front, no one there. 5 Generals were there. No white shirts, they were caught in a line change. Back up to center, here's a chance, firing a shot wide is Becca. Over to the corner, held on to now by Jewett. Jewett across the blue line, stick handles in, around the defense, shot on, deflected away. Along the near side boards, back up to center ice. Along the wing, pushing his way through traffic is Gali. Gali across the blue line, backhands one toward the goal, and still pinballing around. Finally to the half wall, right at the hash mark, sent in deep by Simon Hunter.
The Bulldogs are playing very well for being down a man.
Back over to the far side, it's sent down the length of the ice, and again, Berlin will get a line change here. Deflected ahead to center by Garrett Thomas. Chasing after in the offensive zone is Ferguson. Over to the near side boards, played up to the half wall. Kept in nicely at the point by Kolamainen. Kolamainen pinching in from his point position. Here's Merrow. Merrow trying to keep the pressure on here for the Generals. Cleared back out by Berlin. Up along the right wing side, cutting across the blue line. Here's Foda. Foda had it knocked off his stick, then gets knocked to the wall by Zevros. Puck to the near side boards. Back along the wing, now trickles to the far corner. Sent back out to center. Still a battle for the puck on the far wing. Here comes a nice play from Robbie Ferguson to push it in the offensive zone. Backhand feed, fanned on it, and pushed away. Never really got a great chance off. That started out like a great play, but you can tell as he heads back to the bench, he was pretty much at the end of his shift. Berlin still having trouble getting out of their own zone. The backhand shovel here, sent back out to center ice. Rolls back down into the Generals' end. Cooper Bork able to blast it back out to center. Reversed right back the other way by Trevor LeBoyne. Play continues at center along the left wing side. Cutting in is Becca. Becca falls down, pass in front. No call coming here as Berlin will send it down the length of the ice, and that's going to do it for period number 1. So 15 minutes in the books, and John Stark Hopkinton. The Generals have a 1-0 lead after 1 period of play, looking for the upset. We will continue with more here as these two teams head to the locker room, but I thought it was pretty entertaining first period.
Yeah, that was wonderful. I'm really impressed by the way John Stark has composed themselves here in this first period. They came out playing hard. They're hustling. They're getting open shots. They looks like they're they're down on shots on goal, but they've been taking better shots than Berlin, and they had that power play opportunity which led to their goal. So I'm excited to see the end of this one.
Peter Zawitsky, 5'5", 110 pounds. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And right now, it's the John Stark Hopkinton Generals with a 1-0 lead over the Berlin Mountaineers here in the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network. And welcome back to the Verizon Wireless Arena here in Manchester, New Hampshire. Greg Glynn and Cody Provost with you here this afternoon. It is the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA network. Right now, it is the John Stark Hopkinton Generals with a 1-0 lead over the Berlin Mountaineers here in the Division III championship game. Berlin coming in as the number 1 seed with a perfect record of 20-0. Against John Stark Hopkinton with a regular season record of 16-1-1. And really, so far, the story of this game has been Connor McDonald, the goaltender for the Generals. He has stopped all 9 Berlin shots, and no surprise, he's playing well. He came into this game with a 1.88 goals against average, a .94 save percentage.
Yeah, Connor stopped a couple nice fast breaks by the great scorer, Jewett, and it was just amazing to see all that he could do, and he really did a great job in the first period.
So as we get underway here in the second period, the Berlin Mountaineers will be dressed in their white sweaters with red numbers. They'll be moving from left to right, while the Generals from John Stark Hopkinton in their blue uniforms, white numbers, will be skating from right to left. Going back to get in his own zone is Jeff O'Neill. O'Neill, the senior defenseman, along the near side wing, cleared back out along the right wing boards. Sending it up to center. Jewett deflects it ahead. Left wing boards now for Vane. Vane cuts in, fires a shot. Didn't get great stick on it as it comes over the near wing.
No, I lost the handle on that one. That was an ugly shot.
As it comes back along the near side boards, held on to by Goss. Goss tried to find a long lead pass, but off the mark for the stick of Kyle Colmanen. And as a result, again, the Generals will try and re-enter.
Good check by O'Neill, who's been in the box tonight. Got to be careful.
Jewett on the forward check here for Berlin. The Mountaineers, who are the number 1 seed here coming into today's game with a record of 20-0. Right now facing a bit of adversity here against this John Stark Hopkinton General team that is really starting to make some noise here in this building.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they're used to being down after one period or after any periods at that. That is Berlin. Not used to losing.
And their last time out, it was Connor Jewett, of course, who scored 2 goals to get them out to the 2-0 lead. They never looked back. He's been held at bay so far today. Here's a 2-on-1, though, for Berlin. Cutting in right wing side. It's Blanchette. Centering feed. Shot. And no goal signal. And as a result, it will stay 1-0. Wow.
McDonald playing lights out on front of that net. That was one of the best opportunities you can hope for from an offensive standpoint.
Got buried right underneath him, and as players were pushing toward the net, he was able to keep that puck out of the cage. Big save right there from the Generals goaltender. Off the draw, sent around the far side boards. Pushed back up through the neutral zone by the Generals. Leading the charge is Callahan Loose. Loose, drop pass. Here's a chance. Dangling down low was Becca. He's stopped on the doorstep by Mahat. Boy, we've had some great goaltending in this one so far.
Yeah, Becca, the leading scorer for the Generals, nearly had another one.
Back over to the far side boards, chipped up along the wall. Puck pinballs around at center. Finally picked up along the back blue line by the Generals. Ahead along the right wing boards, a burst of speed for Becca. Becca cuts in, fires a shot wide of the cage. Back over to the near wing, held on to there by Hunter Goss. Sticked off his possession there by the Mountaineers as they try to continue to get this puck out of their own zone.
Yeah, you talked about how big Goss is earlier. Well, he was skating forward. A player was there waiting for him, ready to check him, and he ran the player over and falling down, but still his size just carries him.
He reminds you a lot of Zdeno Chara because of the way he plays the game. He's got that long reach as well. Here's a chance now for Berlin. Right wing circle. That's LeBoyne with it. He gets a shot off, comes back out to the line. That drive is blocked in front. Nice block there by Keith Golly that ends up sending the puck down the length of the ice. That's how hard the shot was when it went off of him. It ended up down back in the Berlin end. Here's a chance right at the doorstep. Backhand shot save on Hunter as he continues to pluck away trying to find the puck with 11:22 to go in the second period. And a reminder, you're watching the NHIAA Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network.
You can order a DVD or a Blu-ray of today's game. Just visit ondemandsportingevents.com. All the games feature the play-by-play action and capture the excitement of Championship Saturday. Plus, you can watch instant replays of all the goals in slow motion. For all the details, visit ondemandsportingevents.com.
Berlin looking to try and get the offense going. A wrist shot there. Sizzles wide off the stick of the captain Jewett. Back over to the near wing wall. Flipped up to center. Bounces down in the neutral zone. Played ahead by Lemoyne. Eventually stolen away, though, and brought back through the neutral zone on the stick of Henry Merrow. Merrow had it knocked off his twig. Ends up on the near side for Ferguson. He levels one back down into the Berlin defensive zone. Stick handling off the half wall is Kolomainen. He lost it. And here comes Jewett right back the other way. Stick handles through traffic. We're going to get a penalty here.
Some nutmeg on that one going through the legs of the defender.
Yeah, Alex LaJuvenesse is going to pay the price of getting a little tripped up when Connor Jewett comes in. It's a tough task, that's for sure. As you can see, he was able to try to wrap him up, and when he got his arm around him, especially the second arm, that's what led to the penalty. So it'll be the first power play of the game for Berlin, and a great opportunity here to try and tie the game. Off the draw, controlled by the Mountaineers, trickles toward the net. They're going to call it roughing. So here's a slapper from the point. Rebound loose in front. Save out in front by McDonald. Another chance along the near side boards, and Berlin can't control it. And we are going to get a whistle here for an offside call. Wow, Berlin had a great chance, and early in this power play just could not convert. So the penalty here again, it is a roughing call against Alex LaJuvenesse. And it puts Berlin on their first power play of the game.
We got a chance. We're sitting on the Berlin sideline right now. They're trying to get their team going here. They're yet to score a goal, scoring 8 against this team in the regular season.
Rebound out in front, turnaround shot, Jewett stopped down in front, never got through, it looked like, to McDonald. And the puck all the way back out to center ice. Deflected ahead along the wing now. Here's a chance coming in for Lemoyne. Lemoyne chasing after the puck. General's able to steal it away, though, and Keith Golly will send it down the length of the ice. The Mountaineers looking to try and mount a comeback. They trail 1-0. Here's Connor Jewett with it. The player we talked about earlier, 88 points during the regular season. Absolutely incredible. Hasn't been able to get on the board so far in this one today, as Berlin's offense has been held at bay. Long dump down the length of the ice. No icing here as they continue to kill off the power play for the Mountaineers. 28 seconds left, the man advantage. Mountaineers looking to try and break to center. Right wing boards. Coming across the blue line. Chance here for Trevor Lemoyne. Lemoyne takes it around the far side board. Still stick handling with it on the half wall. Bumped off the play by Goss. Back out to the line now. Held in, shuffled along the wing by O'Neill. O'Neill's shot. That one trickles to the corner. Jewett chases after it. Works it loose along the wing. And the power play comes to an end. Player getting back on the ice, still coming off the bench, and looks like the Generals have again got away with one as they kill off the power play for Berlin. Big kill there.
Yeah, Berlin unable to get any good opportunities. They were really in the middle neutral zone.
Another chance in front for the Generals on a miscommunication, and also the goaltender. Mahad had lost his stick. He finally gets it back. And stick handling on the near side boards. That's a chance now for Thomas. Thomas throws one wide of the net. Over to the right point, controlled there by Bork. Bork lobs it into the right wing corner. Comes back out to Bork. Can't hold it in along the dasher as it rolls back to center ice. Another chance here cutting in now for Lemoyne.
Berlin 15 shots on goal and still haven't been able to put anything in the back of the net.
Around the boards in their defensive zone, mishandled by Blanchette. Generals still having trouble getting it out, kept in at the left point by O'Neill. Goes to the far side corner. Again here, Berlin, good pressure, shot, score! Brandon Pullen finds the twine, and we've got ourselves a brand new hockey game. It's 1-1. Brandon Pullen saw the opportunity from the high slot, and that's all he needed. Picking up the puck, a wrist shot, able to beat McDonald, something that's been hard to do today.
The 180-pound senior scores the first goal of the game for the Berlin Bulldogs here in his championship, his final game of his career.
A big, big goal for Berlin. And that also gives their fans some life here that have come to see their high school heroes here on home ice today in this championship game. Net comes off the moorings, and we will get a whistle to stop play. 7:44 to go here in the second period, and boy, the Mountaineers have to be really happy that they got that goal right now, because you had to think that John Stark was going to maybe try and weasel this way away from them, you know, and slow down the pace and continue to do things, but they're able to get on the board. That's important.
Yeah, and the thing is that they didn't score with their top-notch offensive juggernaut. They scored with one of their secondary players.
Yeah, that's a good point. Is the Mountaineers now looking to try and maybe build off of some of that momentum. Puck comes off the half wall. Here's a chance in front. Backhander. That one went off the stick of Garrett Thomas, steered away by the great goaltending of Shane Mahat. Play continues now on the offensive end. This is Jewett. Jewett trying to work his way toward the net. Talked about the goal scorer, Poulin, for Berlin. Poulin only had 2 goals on the whole year. Now here's a chance coming back the other way for Berlin if they can hurry for an odd man rush. But instead we are going to get a whistle here to stop play. And with 6:52 to go in the second period, you are watching Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network.
Today's game produced by Joe Carpini and DVM Sports. DVM Sports specializes in sports recruitment videos, highlight videos, and action photos. Check them out online at dvmsports.com or call 207-893-0010. We shoot, you score.
6:52 to go in the second period. Berlin and John Stark Hopkinton tied at 1. They have yet to start the clock. And that obviously could be a factor. We'll have to remember that as the play continues over to the far side corner.
The clock's still stopped here. It's at 6:52.
So we'll have you keep an eye on that, Corey. You never know what's going to happen here. As the play continues back in the Generals' offensive end. Up along the near side boards. Playing through center now is Jeff O'Neill.
Looks like the players are going to get some bonus time on the ice.
I think the officials finally are going to say, let's stop what's going on here and make sure that clock's working. They finally get it started, but they must have left at least a minute there or so. That did not run.
Yeah, this is the state championships, Greg. Those kind of things can happen. Not to mention you're on a tight schedule. You got 4 games to get in one day, and
it surprises me, Cody, that they did not take any time off the clock. I mean, everybody here is chanting, hey, the clock, and they didn't even take any additional time off. So essentially that's free hockey right there.
Yep. That's just ridiculous.
So play continues here along the near side boards. Jewett will send it in. Up along the right wing boards. Now here the Generals, a great chance in front. Shot saved by Shane Mahan. Wow, that was a great opportunity.
Gorgeous passing. I love to see that kind of teamwork. As good as it gets.
I'll tell you, as much as Berlin came in as the #1 seed, John Stark Hopkinton is proven they're not much of an underdog here. They have put on some good pressure. Here's another chance shot, score!
There's the goal you're looking for.
And right on the rebound was Simon Becca, and he buries it, and they have got their lead back.
Becca, the leading scorer for the Generals, shows what he's got on his offensive repertoire. Good move down in that post area.
That's a very important goal, as we talked about. Certainly the Mountaineers have been building some momentum. They just got the tying goal. For the Generals to come back and strike like that is a big goal in this game.
This would be the first state championship for this team. This is a big program builder. The more you win, the more you're going to have players want to play for your team. And this is beating one of the legendary teams in the state who've been dying for a win lately, a state championship win.
And they will give the assist on that goal by Becca to Jacob Blanchette. The sophomore picks up the helper. And just like that, the Generals have got their lead back. I want to remind fans that you can tweet to us today if you are watching the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship or any of our championship action. Go to Twitter, use the hashtag NHHockey, and we'd be happy to hear from you. Off the face-off to the left of the goaltender, Connor McDonald. It is won by the Generals. Played to center, mishandled a bit, but getting it back is Coleman-Einen. He takes a shot on, pays a price for it in the corner. Back up along the near side boards, now played ahead to Jewett. Jewett coming in 1-on-2, skates to the far side corner, lost a handle on it. Back over to the wing, rolls off his stick out to the left point. Quick shot there. Off the stick of Trull is deflected down to the corner. Jewett again, backhand pass, high slot, shot, deflected over the crossbar. Jewett whacks one back in front, backhand shot, that one knocked down. Rebound still loose and cleared away. The Generals able to avoid some very dangerous territory there as Coleman-Einen just couldn't get it outside the zone completely. 4:50 to go here in the second period.
Yeah, McDonald allowed one goal this period, but he still played well in this game.
Good chance there for Ferguson, just couldn't get his stick on it. That line is absolutely exhausted as Berlin comes back the other way. Jewett also, by the way, seen a ton of ice time here, no surprise. Here comes a 3-on-2. It turns into a 2-on-0, and a near chance there for Jacob Blanchette as he went spinning down and nearly avoided hitting the goal. Back over to the right-hand side, played by Becca. Becca has the most recent goal for the Generals as he centers that bid through the slot.
If John Stark keeps passing the way they are and finding open looks.
Jewett shot, score! Connor Jewett, he's dangerous. He can strike at any moment, even when anybody's talking.
I was just going to say, that was out of nowhere.
All of a sudden, we're analyzing one play down at the other end, and Jewett's down the other end. He tallies the goal to tie it at 2. A miraculous move, cutting in on that left-hand side, tucks it in underneath the blocker of the goaltender McDonald, and we're tied at 2.
Yeah, well, what I was gonna say is, if the Generals keep passing and crossing like they are, they're gonna wind up with 3 or 4 more goals. But as soon as I say that, Jewett takes it down, beats two defenders, and scores himself for his. I think that's his first goal today. Yeah. Indeed
it is, and it's an important one. It makes it 2-2. And let's see how Berlin responds after the goal by their captain. Generals will send it back down deep, and now is an important point in this game. We're past the halfway mark. It's 2-2. We had a great game in our first game of the day in Division I girls ice hockey with Hanover beating Oyster River 3-1. Congratulations to Hanover on their state championship. Here this afternoon, we'll crown 3 more. Mike Lemoyne picks up an assist on the goal by Jewett.
Well, you can understand why there's so much scoring in this period when it's given like 5 extra minutes.
It's a very good point. As, of course, we're referencing the fact that there was at least a minute, maybe even a minute and 15, that was unaccounted for in this game. It was stopped at 6:52, and it took at least that amount of time for them to realized the clock had not started. A shot here from the point goes rattling off the back wall from Scott Olson. Tied up along the near side corner boards and wrapped around the wing by Trevor LeBourne. Off the high glass, bounces down at the blue line. Slid back down behind the Berlin net. Brandon Poulin chasing after it for Berlin. Has it on the half wall. Stick handles with it in the corner. Now pinned up against the glass by the pressure of Simon Hunter. Still kicked around back in the Berlin end. Now stick handling through center is Jewett. Levels one down in the right wing corner. Wrapped around the wing side boards. Far boards now for Scott Olson. Olson goes down in a heap as he battles against LeBourne. Back over on the wing. Sent in deep by LeBourne.
Berlin had a chance at some numbers there. They probably should have pushed the issue a little bit.
Berlin recently tying the game at 2 on the goal by Connor Jewett, their leading goal scorer. And here he is right now, stick handling across his own blue line, trying to get outside the zone. Puck again, still tied up in traffic at center ice. Now coming across the blue line, a chance for Mike Lemoyne. Lemoyne comes into the corner, takes a very heavy hit from Hunter Goss. He can throw his weight around, and very slow to get up is Mike Lemoyne. Gets back into the play, though. Play continues, far side wall, backhand shot, never got through. Back over to the wing, out to the line, held in momentarily by Lemoyne. Goes off the back wall. Jewett tries to chase it down. 1:40 to go in the second period.
Lemoyne got jacked up by a 200-pound, 6'6" monster over there.
Coming hard, too.
Yes.
A lot of momentum there built by the big defenseman. And we're going to get an offside call here. Stop play. 1:26 to go in the second period. You are watching the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network.
Have 365 digital photography capture a unique action shot at your sports star or favorite location and turn it into a custom fathead wall decal for all your friends to see. Bigger is always better. Visit 365digitalphotography.com to get your fathead.
1:17 to go, second period. Berlin and John Stark Hopkinton tied at 2 here in the Division III State Championship game. We've already had one champion crowned today. Congratulations to the Hanover girls ice hockey team with their 3-1 victory over Oyster River. Here's a chance right now for the Generals, though. A quick wrist shot there from Simon Becca, blasted wide of the net.
Nice
Becca
square
feeds it out in front. Another chance in front. Glove save. Mahat made the original stop, but the rebound came loose. Back along the wing. Picked up there by Becca. Becca tried to center a pass. Broken up, chipped back out to center by Justin Vane. He tries to work his way through the neutral zone. Leaves it off for Jewett. Jewett stick handles. Drops it back now. Here's Vane again. Vane backhand feed. Down low to Jewett. Wraparound attempt. Save on the doorstep by McDonald. And the puck is still loose. Back to the corner boards, chipped off the glass and sent down the length of the ice. And that'll be an icing call here against the Generals.
18 seconds up on that clock.
This has been a very evenly matched game here in the Division III final.
Yeah, as a result, you can see the score 2-2, and this second period has had 3 goals in it. Berlin put in 2, and Becca put 1 in.
Off the draw, back out to the line. It gets deflected off the shot by LeBourne and into the Berlin bench. 12 seconds to go, second period. Berlin 2 and John Stark Hopkinton 2. Face-off is pushed back toward the red line. Blasted back in, though, by Jeff O'Neill. Final 6 seconds of the period here. Time for maybe one last shot for Berlin as the puck is stolen away back to the line, and that'll do it for period number 2.
They nearly ripped that one off in time.
Well, and then they ripped
O'Neill
off the glove and stick of Keith Golly there at the end of the period. And things starting to pick up. Business picking up here at the Verizon Wireless Arena. We've got a good one here in the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship in New Hampshire. It is Berlin 2, John Stark Hopkinton 2. Shots on goal after 2 periods of play Berlin 19 shots on goal, and John Stark Hopkinton with 16. A very evenly matched second period of play. So after 2 periods, it is Berlin 2 and John Stark Hopkinton 2. We will continue with more here on the NHIAA Network. And welcome back to the Verizon Wireless Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. Greg Glynn and Cody Brobos with you here today as we are getting ready for third period action in the NHIAA Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network. Glad you could join us this afternoon. Two teams tied at 2. Berlin trailed in this one. They scored 2 goals in the second period and able to cut into that John Stark lead, and just like that, they tied it up. Connor Jewett, who we've talked about, phenomenal athlete, was able to tie the game, and that's where we stand as we're underway in period number 3.
Yeah, these teams are pretty even around the board.
You look at it, 10 shots for both teams in that second period. We talked about it, very evenly matched, certainly second period, and really overall game here so far this afternoon. Berlin trying to complete the perfect season. They are 20-0 coming into this one today. We're going to see a penalty here, though. It's going to go against the Mountaineers. Going to the box is going to be Jeff O'Neill. He already had a penalty earlier in this game, so you could see visually frustrated with himself. Yeah. And as a result, that means the Generals are going back on the power play, and they already have a power play goal today. Off the draw, it's won by the Mountaineers, rattled around the boards and back out to center. Alex Lajeunesse will look to try and help the team back up to center ice here. They bounce one off the boards and down back into the Berlin end, but rattled right back the other way. Generals will start the power play from their own zone. Up along the right wing boards and running on bench. Losing it coming through center was Ferguson. And again, Berlin putting the pressure right back on the Generals, even in their own zone. Connor Jewett there with the forecheck.
Poor puck control so far on this possession by the Generals.
Stolen away here, though, as Cody Foda comes in. Shot kicked away and to the corner boards. Up along the wing. Ahead to center. Instead, stolen and in transition right back the other way. Here comes Trevor LeBourne as he gets a shot off. It goes wide of the net. 3:10 to go, third period. We're tied at 2 between Berlin and John Stark Hopkinton. We got a good one here in the D3 final as the puck goes back down to the Generals' end. Stick handling with it on the right-hand side. Dishing it off is Sawicki. He's got a goal in this one today. But the Mountaineers take it away, and leveling it back down in the offensive end is Trevor LeBourne. Here come the Generals again, back up to center. Play at neutral ice as now Jewett tripped up. Comes over the blue line, no call coming, picks up the puck behind the net, backhand shot. A good save there by McDonald. Back along the wing, coming to center is Luz. Luz couldn't control it. Back the other way, now Vane. Vane a backhand feed to the slot, no one home for Berlin. Power play has come to an end for the Generals. O'Neill is out of the box.
Nice poke by Cody there.
Into the corner, back out to the line. Big blast there by Goss. Wow, he can let that cannon go. Back along the left wing side, quick shot on goal. Another save there by Mahat. Back over to the wing. 2 players go down in a heap. Puck ends up back out at the blue line. Chance here on a fluttering puck through the slot. Great job there to get the shot off by the defenseman, Zevros. And now the puck ends up back in the far side corner. Zevros again will keep it in. Low line shot blocked down before it never got through.
This game's like a pendulum right now. Both teams having their momentum swing back and forth.
Here's a 2-on-1. Jewett with it, looking to feed his man in front. Backhander off the stick of Vane is stopped out. Vane another shot. That one goes over the crossbar. Jewett backhand pass in front, stolen away. And here come the Generals right back. Up to center right wing side. Bringing it in along the wall is Thomas. Sends it around the boards to the far corner. Hunter trying to track it down along the half boards. Still tied up in that face-off circle on the far side. Backhanded out to the blue line. Glove down by Goss, but then he lost it. It's a 2-on-1. Jewett, shot, kick, save by McDonald. Into the corner, double teamed was Jewett, as the Generals will get the puck back and look to start the breakout. Up to the wing was Thomas. He got broken up. Here's another chance. Now we're going to get an offside call here, and that'll stop play with 10:34 to go in the third. Very exciting action here at the Verizon Wireless Arena, and you're watching the NHIAA Network.
If you have a VHS and you want to convert it to a DVD, just call Digital Magic Video. They preserve your memories and transfer all your VHS tapes to DVD so you can cherish them forever. To find out more details, go to digitalvideomagic.com.
10:22 to go here in the third period. John Stark, Hopkinton, and Berlin tied at 2 in the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship in the state of New Hampshire today. Greg Glynn and Cody Provost with you here from the Verizon Wireless Arena. Up along the near side boards, Berlin trying to push the play in deep. John Stark, Hopkinton Generals, who have never won a state championship, trying to win their first here today.
Yeah, and you mentioned this arena. It's so gorgeous. It's one of the nicest complexes I've been in.
Here's a quick shot there on a wrister by Zevros. Deflects up off the back glass. It is an amazing facility. They will actually host the NCAA Men's Ice Hockey Regional later this year. Back along the near side boards. Picked up along the wing, cutting over left-hand side. It's Becca. Now coming back the other way. A chance here for the Mountaineers. Trevor Lemoyne comes across the blue line. Play whistle down offside. I will also mention it would be in my certainly heart to mention the fact that the Quinnipiac Bobcats in the NCAA are the #1 team in the country for a lot of this year, with a great record and my alma mater. So hoping that they will certainly be in the NCAA tournament here in this regional, so I can maybe come watch.
Yeah, Quinnipiac, great team and a great school. Another beautiful place.
Just built a new building. Not as big as this, though. As it comes in, a backhand shot that is knocked away. Justin Vane got the shot off. And back out to center. Now a chance for the Generals. Cutting across the blue line is Becca. He was knocked off the puck. 2 players in the corner. We're going to get some penalties upcoming. Wouldn't surprise me to see them both go. But we'll see what happens here. We're going to get a whistle. 8:53 to go in the third. We're tied at 2 on the NHIAA Network.
Looks like the captain, Cody Fado, is going in. 2 minutes for him.
So they will call the penalty on Foda, and as a result, it'll put the Generals back on the power play. This will be their 4th of the game. And if they do not win this game, they could look to special teams as one of the reasons why. Back out to the line. Ross saw a shot there from Goss that nearly found its way through traffic, but it is cleared right back out again by Berlin. Back in their own end, Berlin looking to try and get it through the neutral zone. Played back the other way by Goss. A little slower pace of play here as things start to tighten up in the third period. Left-hand side cutting in, it's Thomas. Thomas kicking it up to his stick, then goes bouncing into the boards. Puck trickles loose. On the corner now with it is Golly. Golly trying to get it out of the position in the corner. Now works it up along the half wall. Trickles to the blue line, and a good effort, but to no avail. Henry Moreau tried to keep it in, but play whistle down for offside.
That was a close one.
7:55 to go here in the third period. Berlin 2, John Stark, Hopkinton 2. Face-off is pushed back in to the Berlin end, but the Mountaineers level it quickly back down the length of the ice, and it goes back behind the Generals' net. Played up along the right wing boards to Kolamainen. Comes across the blue line, but lost the puck in the process. Back out to the left point. Sent in along the line and then backhanded out and shoveled by Trevor Lemoyne back out to center ice. Generals looking to try and work the puck in the offensive zone. Berlin blasts it right back out. A fluttering puck comes back down into the Generals' side of the ice. Played up along the left wing boards. Here's Ferguson. Ferguson cross ice pass off the mark and sent back down the other direction by the play of Jeff O'Neill, the senior defenseman at 5'10", 180 pounds.
It's still tied up. We might be looking at some overtime here, Greg.
We already got some free hockey with about a minute because they didn't start the clock, and we might get some more free hockey if things continue to go the way they are right now. It is tied at 2. Berlin 2, John Stark, Hopkinton 2. Right out of the box, a chance now coming in on the left-hand side was Foda. Good opportunistic play there for the captain. Coming out of the penalty box, but can't do anything with it. Generals looking to try and continue the play through the neutral zone. Ahead to center is Becca. Levels one off the back wall, rolls to the far wing. Picked up there by Trevor LeBourne. LeBourne works it ahead to Jewett. Jewett stick handles to the hash mark. Stick handles out of the circle. Tries to shovel it in front. Couldn't connect with his man, and as a result, the Generals will take it away. Jewett, though, not giving up on the forecheck. Steals the puck, goes down in a heap. And now the puck goes behind the net. Looking for a call, didn't get one. Back in the left-hand circle, cleared out and off the glass to center ice. Lobbed right back in the offensive zone by Nathan Troll for the Berlin Mountaineers. Back and forth we go. Things opening up a little bit here now in the final 6 minutes. Back to line of blast there off the stick of Jacob Blanchette. Here's a chance now, opportunistic one-on-one. Lebrecht comes over the blue line, but again, good back-checking there by the Generals. Forces a disrupted play, and the puck will go down the length of the ice. An icing call.
Yeah, Goss just nonchalantly knocked that one away. Wasn't too worried.
5:29 to go in the third. Berlin 2, John Stark, Hopkinton 2. You're watching the NHIAA Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network. Off the draw, comes back out to the blue line. A wrist shot. That one flutters into the corner off the stick of Nathan Troll. Worked over to the wall and pushed out by the Generals. Leading the charge is Hunter. Hunter ahead, works it to Gali. Gali's cross-ice pass is off the mark. Cleared back out by the Mountaineers. Jewett chasing after it, gets there first. Good hustle. Tries to work around 2 defense, then goes down in a heap behind the John Stark Hopkinton net. He was looking for a no call. He won't get one. Back along the wing. Played along the boards right in front of the Berlin bench. Tied up in the shirt of Cody Foda, and now trickling back toward the Berlin goal. Backhanded high into the air, glove down, kept in. Nice play there. A good hand-eye coordination from Alex Lajeunesse. Berlin trying to clear it out. Played over on the left-hand side, though, stolen away by Ferguson. Ferguson comes in, taken down, and another penalty upcoming here to be a tripping call.
5th one for the Generals.
And just in case you can't hear, the Berlin fans are not happy about it.
No, definitely not.
Well, again, I mean, this is going to be now the 5th penalty in a row against Berlin without any calls going the other way. So I can see where they're coming from, but that was a trip. You know, there's no doubt about that, but I think they're just upset at the consistency here that they've seen, and I think they're honestly probably have to start feeling a little nervous with 4:23 left in the third. John Stark Hopkinton, who is the number 2 seed, has this game tied at 2. So
yeah, and
tripping the call. That's the 5th power play of the game.
They're only going to have a couple minutes at full force.
It's a very good point. So 1:44 left on the power play, 4:06 to go in the game, and we're tied at 2.
So you're going to kind of wonder, how do you play this? Do you just keep doing what they're doing right now and just sending the puck down the ice?
Yeah, play was knocked down with a high stick, so there will be a whistle here. The face-off will come off to the right of McDonald, but you're right. You know, they certainly have the offensive firepower, but do you take that chance? That's something they will have to decide here in the next 3:58, which is what we have left in this third period. We are glad you could join us. This is a good one. As the puck comes back out to the point, here's a chance on that shorthanded situation on the wrist shot by Jeff O'Neill. Back over left-hand boards, brought out to center. by the play of Callahan Luce. Luce drops it back. Comes over into the slot, picked off quickly by Jeff O'Neill. O'Neill to Jewett in front on a breakaway. Jewett backhand shot goes wide. Oh, man, that's the chance they wanted. Up to center. Here's a chance along the wing now for Becca. Becca slides it in front. Another partial breakaway. Shot saved by Mahan, and it's tied up underneath him. Now pushing and shoving around the net. My, oh, my. What end-to-end action. Now
this is hockey right here.
Yeah, as going down was LeBoyne. He got tripped up with one of the players from the Generals team, and now we've got ourselves a nice... Oh, we're going to have a penalty. Wow, and it's going to go against Jewett. No, it's not Jewett. It is not Jewett. It's LeBoyne. He just broke his stick in the penalty box, so he's also going to need a stick by the time he comes out of there.
Wow, they're just shooting themselves in the foot right now, Greg. This is not good.
If you're a Berlin fan listening, there are not going to be a lot of happy people out there. And he's going to need to go get a new stick. So coming out of the box is LeBoyne. He's got to get a new stick because he broke it out of frustration. And let me tell you, back when I played, I'm not that old, but my stick was made out of wood. And I maybe paid 50 to 60, maybe 75 bucks. And here these kids are. Those sticks are worth about 200 bucks.
Yep.
You know, and so he'll get a new piece of equipment, and well, I'm sure if his parents are here, they're probably not too happy.
No. Hopefully he's a senior. He doesn't.
Yeah.
But we also saw that Luce is going into the box.
So so he will go to the box as well. So that has to at least even things up. So maybe not as bad of damage as once thought, but there's going to be a lot of open ice out there, and we'll have to see how this whole thing shakes out because there was a bit of extracurricular activity after.
Yeah, somebody could be gone because I saw some shoving at the end of the play.
I mean, Trevor LeBoyne has had a very good game. And I can understand the frustration from not only him, but also from these Berlin fans. Now they're going to give him what appears to be a misconduct penalty. Now that
is 5 minutes. He's done.
Well, he's done certainly for regulation here. Let's see what they eventually call. And we don't want to jump to any conclusions here, but that would certainly be devastating if they were to lose his talents. Right now, to give you an idea of what they've got on the clock, they've got 55 seconds left on the penalty that was originally called to Cody Foda. They have 5 minutes on a penalty to Trevor LeBoyne. And they also have, for John Stark Hopkinton, they have got 2 minutes for Callahan Luce. It ends up being a 4-on-3 face-off off to the right of Shane Mahan. And we're going to get a timeout here from Berlin. They're going to talk things over, and I think this is a very wise timeout. They've obviously been faced with a lot of adversity here in this game in the last 2 minutes, to be honest with you. They haven't really been in this situation all year. And if you're the head coach, Michael Poulin, they need to try and take a deep breath here.
Well, what my guess is, by the way they've played today, they've gotten quite a few penalties, and I'm wondering if it's the pressure of this John Stark team competing with them so much that they're starting to play in an uncomfortable territory, and they're actually playing a little desperate, and that's what's causing these dumb penalties.
I would also look at this, and I would compare the two rosters from a size perspective. I definitely, when looking down the roster, you can see they have two guys at 200. They've got at least 2 or 3 guys at over 180. John Stark Hopkinton has the bigger team, but can Berlin counter that with their speed and their athleticism? That's what we're going to find out here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, and they're going to have to do it with 3 guys out there, but they do have Jewett.
They do, and that is a lot.
They have O'Neill out there as well as 15.
So face-off off to the right of Mahat. It is won by the Generals. Back to the line. A shot deflected in front. Rebound saved by Mahat. Rebound out in front. It's cleared away by Jewett. Jewett will bring it back out to the blue line. 3:07 to go in the third. This is the Division III Boys Ice Hockey State Championship game in the state of New Hampshire today on the NHIAA Network. We're glad you could join us. 2:54 to go in the third. Bounced off the far side boards.
30 seconds, they'll get a fourth man. That'll
Here's
be big.
Becca. Becca couldn't do anything with it. It was knocked off of his stick and sent back down to the Generals' end. 2:38 to go in the third. We're tied at 2. Sent down the length of the ice off to the right of the goaltender Mahat, and it will be an icing call.
Today's games produced by Joe Carpini and DVM Sports. DVM Sports specializes in sports recruitment videos, highlight videos, and action photos. Check them out online at dvmsports.com or call 207-893-0010.
Off the draw, controlled by the Generals behind their own net. Starting the breakout, goal line extended to the left is Zevros. Zevros stick handles his way up to center. Now across the red line, brings it over the blue line. Zevros works his way to the outside, tucks it in short side, but stopped by Mahat, and the rebound goes behind the net. All the way to the far side, deflected back to center. Here's a chance now for Jewett. Jewett cutting in, left wing side, got one man to beat, backhander goes wide. Jewett goes down in a heap. No penalty upcoming. Back out in front, glove down by the goaltender McDonald, and we will get a whistle. 1:57 to go in the third period, and I don't blame the Berlin fans for being upset about the no call. They have been on the bad end of many calls here today, but I can see why they'd be upset about not getting a call there. Jewett obviously very talented, and really a last option for the Generals to take him out of the play. And to be honest, the other thing we have to remember, let's not forget, we had the clock situation earlier. So here's a shot. That one was stopped in front by McDonald. So essentially right now, this hockey all is really
Extra time.
Yeah, extra time. Really, it's almost like soccer, extra time.
And if you think about it, Berlin actually got their goals in that second period, so one of those could be gone if there wasn't that extra time.
Here's a chance now for the Generals on a 2-on-2. Cutting across the line. It's Ferguson with it. Ferguson shot on, deflected wide. Goes over to the far side corner where it's picked up along the wing by O'Neill. O'Neill chops at it and gets it down the length of the ice. 1:18 to go here in the third period. We're tied at 2. John Stark Hopkinton clears it out to neutral ice. Leveled right back in, though, by Jeff O'Neill for the Mountaineers. Generals will break it out up to center. Stick handling with it across the red line is Ferguson. He's taken down, and we're going to get a penalty. It'll be a holding call. It is going to go against John Stark Hopkinton, and that makes the Berlin fans very happy.
Yeah, Ferguson's going in the box, and that's going to even things up for the rest of this regular time. Regulation, rather.
So it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 56 seconds. The penalties would carry over into an overtime period. Off the draw, it's controlled by Berlin along the half wall. Back out to center. Lobbed right back in. Cooper Bork back there to get it. Up ahead, right wing side, sent down the length of the ice, icing call. 35 seconds left in regulation. Berlin 2, John Stark Hopkinton 2. In the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship game in New Hampshire today. We're glad you could join us here on the NHIAA Network. Face-off off to the left of the goaltender, Connor McDonald for the Generals. It's won by the Generals and cleared, fluttered down the length of the ice. That will be another icing call.
26 seconds, and I don't know, neither team is really looking confident on offense.
Interesting to note that Berlin already used their timeout, so they won't have a chance to use it here. to try and draw up a face-off play. Face-off is won by the Generals. Kick down in front, backhanded down into the Berlin defensive end. Cross-ice feed. Here's stick handling is Vane. Vane 2-on-2. He's got Jewett. Cuts the outside. Slides it in front. No one there. And the puck knocked away to the boards. 8 seconds left. Jewett forechecking, but that is just about going to do it. Puck sent down the length of the ice. They wave off the icing call. Goaltender Mahat plays it, and we're going to overtime. So, regulation is not enough to solve this one between the number 1 seed Berlin and the number 2 seed John Stark Hopkinton. We will have overtime after they clear the ice, and we will have it all for you coming up in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere here on the NHIAA Network. And welcome back to the Verizon Wireless Arena here in Manchester, New Hampshire. NHIAA Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship going to overtime. Berlin 2, John Stark Hopkinton 2, and 15 minutes on the board as we get ready for sudden death overtime.
Yeah, don't forget about those penalties still on the board for both teams.
So it is 4-on-4 as we start overtime. We've got a minute 40 left on the penalty against Berlin. We got a minute 2 left on the penalty against John Stark Hopkinton. We're underway here in overtime. Off the face-off, it's pushed down into the Generals' end. A chance for, oh, wow. As Connor Jewett was coming to the net, no call. Fans, of course, wanted one, didn't get one. If you haven't been with us here in the early going, Connor Jewett, the very dangerous goal scorer. He's got 88 points on the year. Sends it out in front. Oh, just off the mark for Cody Foda. Back out to center. The Generals try the other way. Sent down the length of the ice. No icing here. Back up to center. Far side. It's Jewett. Jewett carries across the blue line. Works his way toward the net. Backhand shot out in front, and it is stopped by McDonald. Wow, that could have been a game ender.
Yeah, that was the almost the end of it. 50 seconds into this overtime, and it was almost gone. 15-minute period.
Connor Jewett, number 17, we've mentioned quite a few times today. Extremely, extremely dangerous.
Yeah, he's also got a teammate, Vane, who's pretty good himself.
Here's a chance coming down the left wing side. As the Generals try and answer, Simon Hunter's shot goes wide of the net. Back along the wing now, brought back to center by Jewett. Jewett coming in. He's got 56 goals on the regular season as he looks to try and win a state title today for the Mountaineers. Up along the left wing boards. Sent in by Ferguson. Ferguson will level it around the boards. Comes over to the far wing, and the Generals can't keep it in.
LeBourne excited to get out. He's been in there for a while now.
Yeah.
5-minute misconduct.
As the puck trickles loose at center, a new fresh sheet of ice here in overtime. Two Berlin players run into each other. Left wing side brought back in now by Thomas. Both teams back to even strength. Here's a chance along the near wing. Picked up by Trevor LeBourne. LeBourne comes in, fires a shot, knocked down. Good block shot. Back over on the wing side. Pinching along the wall was the defenseman O'Neill. Able to tie up traffic. Generals come back the other way. Stick handling with it. Right wing side had it knocked off his stick was Kolemainen. Back out to center. Back over on the far side. Again thrown back in the offensive area here as Berlin comes into the offensive zone. Jewett stays on side by extending his leg. Now picks up the puck along the right wing hash mark. Back out to the line. The drive deflected high up and into the air, and that'll be out of play. 12:28 to go in overtime. We're tied at 2.
Don't forget to get your games, your DVDs of this game. Just go to dbmsports.com or call Joe at 207-893-0010.
We have had very exciting hockey here this afternoon. If you want to join the excitement, you can also use our hashtag NHHockey. That's NHHockey, and we'd love to hear from you. On the left-hand side, it's knocked away, and we're going to get an offside call here against the Generals to stop play. 12:16 to go in overtime.
Tied at deuces right now, and neither team pulling away here with the momentum at all.
Here's a chance cutting in along the right wing side of the crease. A shot there by Blanchette, knocked aside by the goaltender McDonald. Here's the puck trickling to the near wing right in front of the Berlin bench, brought ahead to center. Chance along the boards, sending it in along the right wing. Again, Berlin will try and clear it out of their own zone. A broken stick down in the defensive end. Here's a chance now for the Generals. Callahan loose, trying to work it toward the net. Back out to the right point. It's Bork with it. Shot. Never got through. Comes over the near side wing. Picked up there. Low liner shot by Goss is knocked away. 3-on-2 if the Mountaineers can hurry. Up to center. Quick shot on. That one goes over to the far side corner on the rebound. Centering feed. No one home. Back over on the near wing. Sent to center by Golly. And deflected right back in by Berlin. Generals start the breakout from their own end. Goal line extend to the right. Pushed along the half wall. Up to center quickly. Here's a chance now for Golly. Golly, right wing side. Shot. Loose in front. Cleared away. Back over to the near side wall. Jewett was there in time. Here he comes bringing it up to center. 2-on-2. Jewett across the line. Stick handles in. Backhand shot. Saved by McDonald. Oh, boy. What a save there by McDonald on the Division III leading goal scorer and point man, Connor Jewett.
Wow, great shots on both ends of the ice on consecutive possessions, one by Berlin and one by John Stark. That was amazing hockey, and as good as it gets here in overtime.
Face-off off to the right of Connor McDonald. On the far side boards, the Generals having trouble getting it out. Good forechecking pressure here from Berlin. Collision there at the blue line. Puck will squirt loose back all the way in to the Berlin end. Back over on the left wing side. It comes down the length of the ice. We'll get an icing call here with 10:32 to go in overtime. Berlin 2 and John Stark Hopkinton 2. Face-off is won by the Generals, but they lose possession. Connor Jewett looking for it as he comes up through center. Able to stick handle it away. Oh, the fans were on their feet. They thought he was going to bring it in, but he just couldn't work his magic and steal it away. So we will get a whistle here as the play whistled down for offside.
Neither team has really scored in the last 20 minutes, and the goaltenders have really been doing their part on both sides.
We haven't had a goal, as you said, really in about
since the second period.
Yeah, 4:10 left in that second period. So and that was when Connor Jewett scored the goal that tied the game. Here's the chance now for the Generals. Toe drag fails as the play was whistled down for offside. 10:05 to go in overtime. If you're just joining us, goal scorers in this one. It was Peter Sawicki for John Stark Hopkinton along with Simon Becca. And for the Berlin Mountaineers, it was Brandon Poulin and Connor Jewett. That's where we stand, tied at 2 here in overtime as the puck goes into the right wing corner. Jewett centering feed out in front off the stick of Vane. He just had a chance at it, couldn't get his full stick on it. Push back out to center ice. We're in overtime here in the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship in the state of New Hampshire today. Glad you could join us on the NHIAA network. Back behind the net, Generals start the breakout. Goal line extended to the right, pushed over to the half wall. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Chancellor on the left wing side, working it in and losing it to the corner is Becca. Becca gets it back out to the line. Drive at the point. Rebound loose. 2 Generals were in front, but couldn't do anything with it. Back over to the corner now. Centering feed. Comes back out to the blue line. Stick handling with it is Zevros. Zevros couldn't get a handle on it. Here's a chance for Jewett. Boy, he's going to log a lot of ice time here in this overtime. Back out near side wing. Backhand into the zone. McDonald has to be careful with that bouncing puck. Deflected to the far side and leveled all the way down. Icing call, 8:46 to go here in overtime.
Today's game is produced by Joe Carpini and DVM Sports. They specialize in sports recruitment videos, highlight videos, and action photos. Check them out online at dvmsports.com or call 207-893-0010. We shoot, you score.
Face-off to the right of Connor McDonald, the goaltender for the Generals today. He has been sharp. Cross-ice pass over on the wing, picked up by Simon Hunter. Cross-ice feed is off the mark, intended for Garrett Thomas. Thomas gets it back. Now comes in one-on-one and is unable to finish the play.
Straight up D there that turned it over.
Chance, send it back in. Keith Golly will level it back behind the Berlin net, and it squirts off the wall. A shot on, glove down by the goaltender, Shane Mahat. 8:13 to go in overtime. Berlin 2, John Stark Hopkinton 2. Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship game here today. Don't forget, we've got more hockey action coming up for you at 2:30. We'll have Merrimack against Bedford. And in the nightcap, we've got Memorial versus Central, 4:30 face-off for that one. All of it going to be televised here live on the internet on the NHIAA network. Under 8 minutes to go in overtime. Of course, this is sudden death, so if no one scores in this overtime, we will just keep going. 7:57 to go in the first overtime. Face-off at center ice. Connor Jewett on the draw here as he battles against Robbie Ferguson for the Generals. Pushed in the offensive zone as the Mountaineers try and get offense going here. Now a shot on. That one nearly got on the stick of Jewett. He was waiting for the rebound. Berlin has not led in this game here today. Back over on the left-hand side. Brought in along the wall by Ferguson. He goes down in the corner hard, and he is slow to get up. Back up to center. Here comes Jewett. Jewett ahead. Left wing side. Brings it over to the wall. Controlled there by Vane. Vane back out to a line. Deflected in front. Now comes over on the wing. Picked up by Jewett. Stick handles. Shot. Rebound out in front. Cleared out to the high slot. Here's a shot again. Rebound comes loose. Jewett shot. Rebound save. Rebound cleared. And they will get away with a very good opportunity going by the boards for Berlin.
That should have been the game right there as Vane just
was
chances. Right on the rebound.
There were 3 chances, not only for Vane, but there were a lot of guys who had some whacks at that one, including Connor Jewett.
Good goaltending though.
Yeah.
You gotta give McDonald credit.
He was crawling all around. Got through it, and found a way to make the saves. It's what you got to do in these games. You never know how that goal is going to be scored. Doesn't have to be pretty. Play continues at center ice here with 6:42 to go in overtime. Berlin 2, John Stark Hopkinton 2. Cutting in along the left wing boards, deflecting one toward the net was Cooper Bork. Comes back behind the Berlin net. Centering feed, deflects off a skate, back out to the line. Here's Bork, wrist shot, blocked down. As it deflects back out to center ice, Bork on the back check gets the puck back. Far side wing, picked up there by Callahan Luce. Up to center, lobbed ahead. Jacob Blanchette watches it go to the corner, tracks down his man LeBourne. Now gets it in front, shot, save, rebound loose. It's still loose, pile in front, and underneath the pile is Shane Mahat, and he's got the puck. Whistle with 5:56 to go in overtime. We're tied at 2.
Yeah, nearly through the 5-hole there.
And you have to give Shane Mahat certainly a lot of credit. He's only 5'2", 125 pounds for the sophomore.
Still got a couple years left to play, so that's a good sign for that team.
Off the draw, comes over to the far side wing, centering bid, goes through the slot. Back over to the wing, picked up on the boards and sent back out by Mike Lemoyne. All the way down the length of the ice, icing has been waved off. Generals retreat back to their own end to get it. Long feed ahead to center. That one ends up on the stick of Thomas. Then had it knocked off of his twig and sent back down behind the John Stark Hopkinton net. Up along the wing. Here's a chance for a developing 2-on-1, but the play is whistled down for offside. What a game.
Yeah, I know. It's been amazing so far. It's been kind of slow going the last 25 minutes or so because of
what's at stake.
But
yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys, I think, are starting to feel the pressure here. As this game gets later and later into the stages of overtime, you never know how this is going to end. Jewett off the draw, able to push it through the neutral zone, but the Generals swat it right back the other way.
Yeah, Berlin hasn't lost all season, so this is a...
They're not used to this.
Right, unfamiliar territory.
That puck deflected up and into their bench. 5 minutes to go here in overtime. Berlin 2, John Stark Hopkinton 2. Now you start to hear it a little bit from the crowd now. I think they're just burning nervous energy.
Both sections competing against each other.
Yeah, this is the atmosphere that everyone loves as part of these high school sports. It is certainly something special.
We're going over our time a little here, and you're seeing the rest of the stands fill up too. That came to watch the other teams. It's a nice atmosphere.
Yep. And I am sure we will have a very, very excited crowd when we get to the end of the night with Manchester Memorial and Manchester Central here at the Verizon Wireless Arena. Both schools just 3 miles apart. And the fact that they're playing in this barn here in their home city is going to be amazing. So it'll be the first ever all-city final. 4:32 to go here in overtime. Bouncing off the back wall. Puck ends up in the far side corner. Tracking it down is Thomas Zervos. Zervos tried to clear it to center. Knocked right back in, though, by Brandon Poulin.
Yeah, when there's a school that's 3 miles apart from each other, that's a game I want to be at.
I think it's going to be a very tough ticket to get, too. As the puck ends up on the far side boards, played along the wing to center ice. Here come the Generals.
Ooh.
Across the line, nice stick handling moves. Here's Becca. Becca turns around, fires a shot wide of the cage. Back over to the wing. Right point, held in by the Generals, but only momentarily. Nathan Trull will send it out to center. Here's Jewett. He's got a man. Lemoyne just lost it off his stick. Ends up on the back wall. Great opportunity there. Back along the near side boards. Trudging his way back out to center is Zervos. He dumps it in, goes to the bench for a line change. Both teams swapping bodies. Picked up in front. Top shelf score! Simon Hunter ends the game. And all of a sudden, John Stark Hopkinton has pulled off the upset with a 3-2 win. And they're state champions in 2013. Wow, what a win!
21 now. Wow, that was an amazing finish. That was just absolutely crazy. And John Stark, they're the champs.
Unbelievable finish. The Generals are as good as it gets. They are state champions with a 3-2 win over Berlin. And the goal comes with 3:30 to go here in overtime. They pull off the victory. And the goal coming from Simon Hunter. A pickoff right in the high slot area. He goes top shelf, left side. Wow, what a way to end it.
I'm still in disbelief right now.
That is a huge win for this John Stark Hopkinton program. They win their first state championship, and they are extremely happy about it, and I don't blame them. They worked very hard for that game here today.
I don't think a lot of people expected this at all, Greg.
Well, we've had our first upset of the afternoon. Will there be more? We will certainly find out. But a very hard-fought game here at the Verizon Wireless Arena this afternoon. Shots on goal. Berlin ends up out-shooting John Stark Hopkinton 32-24. And John Stark Hopkinton wins this one by the final score of 3-2. And the winning goal comes from Simon Hunter. And for the Generals, it is an amazing way to end the season. And Hunter certainly has to be happy about it. He had 9 goals during the regular season, but none bigger than this. John Stark Hopkinton has their first state championship with a 3-2 win over Berlin. That is going to do it for us here in the Division III Boys Ice Hockey Championship game here on the NHIAA Network. We are very glad you could join us. What an entertaining Division III game. But don't worry, we've got plenty more in store today we've got the Division II championship game coming up between the number 1 seed Merrimack and number 3 seed Bedford. That game will start in about 15 minutes from now. And then in the final game of the afternoon at 4:30, number 1 Memorial versus number 2 Central Memorial. And that one will be a good one as well. Again, the final score, it is a big win for the Generals as John Stark Hopkinton beats Berlin by the final score of 3-2. That'll do it from here at the Verizon Wireless Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. Again, the final score, 3-2 in favor of the Generals. They are state champs in 2013. For our entire broadcast team on the NHIAA network, for my broadcast partner, Cody Provost, I'm Greg Glynn. We're glad you could tune in. Good night, everybody.